Drakos, what are the main things that you're concerned about on the platform? What are the problems that you see either with the platform or in the world, and how can Steam address those big problems, and how can we help the Steam platform grow?
That's a tough question. There are many problems with Steam at the moment. First thing is this flagging crap going on. Um, it's a tough situation because you have whales flagging, and the minnows and the dolphins can't do anything about it. If they respond to it, they get flagged back, and so forth, back and forth. So it's a delicate situation, and I think it's gonna be tough to find a solution for it. Um, as far as decentralization, uh, it's we're far from being decentralized because it's centralized actually in the hands of the whales because they dictate what to do and uh, what to do with their stake. I mean, it's the same thing as the outside world. When I came on Steam, I was hoping that it would be more decentralized, more equal. But as time goes by, I realized that it's not the case at all,
Do you
and
think
it's a bit disappointing to me.
do you think SMTs have the power to change that, and that within our own unique communities we can sort of foster a better, like once there's more competition than just Steam on the Steam platform? Do you think that maybe if there's a better distribution elsewhere, that maybe we'll find some of the altcoins end up having more value than Steam, particularly because the distribution is pretty borked right now?
Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I have no I have no ideas about SMTs. In fact, I'm very thrilled about SMTs because the main focus that Steemit should take right now, forget SMTs, forget uh, all these big side projects. What they need to do right now is focus on the user interface because it's shitty. It doesn't compete. It's not appealing. It's ugly. You look at Facebook, you can spot it from a mile away and recognize that this guy is browsing Facebook. You look at Amazon, Microsoft, they all have a trademark, they all have a signature look. And right now Steam doesn't have that. And before going on, inviting investors, inviting new users, advertising Steam, they should make it look good.
Now you run GoSteam.com along with Crimson Clad and follow BTC News. So
That's right.
the website Steemit.com runs on a program called Condenser, and
Correct.
Condenser is open source, and Drakos was able to clone it. Are you working on sort of your own user interface to make this thing prettier for people?
I made a few minor modifications because Condenser is it's written in React JavaScript, and for me it's a difficult language. I'm not familiar with it to start going deeper into modifications. So I did some light modifications, but it's not something drastic. I think Steam should address that issue and make really big drastic change to the user interface. Make
So
it look good, make it look fine so people are attracted to it.
so
Otherwise,
I think if they had the ability to do that, they'd probably have already done it by now. I think some of the reason why that might not exist is because they don't necessarily have. They have 23 devs on the team. I'm not sure if they have like a front UI person. And even if
fr-
they had a front UI
from what
person,
from what I've seen on the condenser project, there's like two main guys working actively on it, two
and
or three guys, and that's it.
so it's possible that they just don't have the skill set. So one of
No,
my
they do have the skill set, but they don't have the manpower to for this big project. Because I looked at condenser code and it's really, really complex. There's a lot of going on in this thing. And I don't think two or three people are enough to handle it in the long term. They really should hire more people to develop the user interface, more people to develop the code of Steam, more people for advertising. They should really, I mean, they're a company for God's sakes. Let them run it like a company. And to me, so far, it's not being ran like a company.
What do you think it's being ran as?
Uh, I mean, I don't want to sound mean, but it's a bit amateurish to my taste.
Wow.
A serious company would have a division for advertising, division for code, division for public relations. You know the drill. I mean, it's simple, basic stuff that a company should have. And the way I see it, it's not being run professionally so far.
Yeah, my
And that's
one.
why you get so many complaints from people like Bernie, people like me, others. A lot of people complain because there are things that are lacking.
So I feel like the one piece of that I can attest to is that I work in sales, and what this company needs, I would think, is somebody running around and helping to promote this place. And yeah, there's 30,000 active users, and all of us could go out and communicate. But a lot of the people that are bloggers aren't necessarily salespeople. I'm a little surprised that there's not like I pitched an organization that I really liked and do really like, and one of the things that they said is, well, what other organization is on here? And I couldn't really think of like full organizations that have decided to be on Steem. Like, I don't know of news networks, I don't know of companies. I know that there are lots of individuals, but I don't see a lot of organizations on here. And
That's
so
the problem because it's not appealing for these people. I mean, take ICOs for example. If you go to any ICO website, if you look at it, they're so neat, they're well designed, they look nice, and we know despite being looking nice, they're shit. All the ICOs are shit coins and crap, but they look good, and because they look good, people are appealed to buy into them. And if Steem doesn't do that, we know Steem has a value at least compared to the other coins, altcoins. So we know it has a value. We know it's working because people like it, they love it, they're joining, but it's still not enough because you don't have the door. The door is not properly set, and the door looks ugly so far.
so what
And before getting investors and users more, I mean, when I saw Jerry Banfield going on his trip for advertising and Facebook and whatnot, I was laughing because I mean, what do you want to invite them to a platform that cannot compete with Facebook visually, at least. If we had a visual interface that looked good, at least we can say, okay, come on board, people, we're ready. But it's not. It's too basic.
my suggestion. So I've heard this complaint at least 30 times as a witness. I'd love to see you sort of, if not design what it ought to look like on your own, I'd love to see you work with some other people to go put together alternative designs. And it can be up to Steem to actually or up to Steem it to change their website or make it look differently. But somebody needs to. I just don't think that they have the capability to within their company now. If they could do a better job, I think that they have enough incentive to do a better job. I just don't think that it's within their company abilities right now. So rather than having 50 people on this platform say the UI sucks, the UI sucks, the UI sucks, I think it might be incumbent on us to go create an alternative UI, at least what the graphical layout would look like, because you don't have to spend $50,000 on a graphical layout.
No, you can any freelance designer, web designer, you can have a web layout for $1,000. And they have the budget for this. They have millions of dollars. Look at Ned's account, Dan's account, Freedom's account. All these big whales, they have the money. Go hire a couple of professional designers, ask them for a nice layout, and embed it in your condenser. It's really easy to do, and I don't know why they're not doing it.
Well,
That's what I get. Why I get ticked off.
What
There's something so easy to do and it's basic,
can
and
we
it's not being done.
can we skin this? So I like all these programs had different skins that you can run. Is there a way within Condenser that we could house different skins, and that way people could personalize the look of Steem, however they want it to look like?
Well, you saw that they added the night theme. Of course, they can do themes because from my understanding of Condenser's code is it's modular, so you can change every bit of these modules. For example, if you take languages, you have templates for each language. So depending on your location, it will switch the language automatically. And I'm sure they can do something with the layout too. People can change skins, change their themes. It's something very possible.
So,
But before getting into themes, they should design their signature look. That's what they need to be doing right now.
yeah, there. I have no ability to control anything that Steemit does as a company. I mean, I can yell and put out ideas, and maybe I can go make a stink next week during the panel discussion. But I think we have Utopian.io or -io now. We can put in task requests to start making graphical skins for Steem. And if any of those become popular enough, then we can start shifting as a community to that and just make enough posts that Steem might actually listen to us and say, okay, maybe we should change the front end of this to look like one of these skins that has been produced. So,
It's an idea. Maybe they would listen. I hope they would listen.
Well, I
One
think
other thing about the user interface is the logo. I mean, come on, the colors, teal. Who uses teal as a logo?
yeah,
Nobody does.
I wasn't pleased with the logo, and I thought it was pretty funny
color.
when Trafalgar said it looked like a 69 or like two 69ing chat boxes. That was funny to me.
Yeah. So
So look, if you're listening and you have any graphical skills and you can think about what a different design would be, then Steem is open source. Go put in a Utopian-UI request or put in for graphical design and go get paid to put out some alternative skins or what it might look like. And somebody that has artistic talent in here, or maybe some thoughts on web design, let's start making some alternatives of these. And if we as a community find one that we like, then we can push the hell out of it and try to pressure Steem to change to something that we as a community agree is prettier and better.
Unfortunately, I'm not a web designer, but there are a lot of talented people on the platform that are. So maybe if you do some advertising for this project and invite these people to do something, I'm sure they'll create some really good-looking designs. And as I said, it's not something very expensive to do. Any web designer, you can get something for $1,000 or $2,000.
I'll run a contest.
The willingness to do it is lacking. Go to gosteam.com. Just see what I did. Simple modifications. To me, they look much better than what we have on steemit.com.
Well, for one, you don't have the new logo on it, so it's going to look better that way. But I still
actually I put the old logo on it for because of their copyright stuff. So
it's pretty.
Just go take a quick look at it and see how it looks. As I said, I'm not a designer, so I did some really minor modifications. But we need some really big modifications to make it look good and appealing for investors, for users.
Yep, totally agree. Okay, well, you've been listening to Drakos on the Minnow Mayor Town Hall. Thank you so much for sharing on. And
my pleasure.
Thanks
for having me.
Yeah, it's great to hear your sexy voice. If you don't vote for Drakos, please do so. And as you can see, he's thoughtful, talented, and pretty invested in this place. So I hope that you choose to support him as a witness. He's great.
Thank you very much. Thank you for listening, guys. I love you all.
All right. That was at Drakos. All right. So now let me stop